right, check one, two. Alrighty, and we are green for go. We are live with another episode of the AfroMattt Show. This is episode number 183. If this is your first time listening, thank you for joining. We do a sort of impromptu. But honestly, I don't know what we do anymore. We used to do news, and now we're just pretty much. We still do news, but we do news. We do TikToks. This is our book review. I read the Bhagavad Gita last week, and usually when I start off one of these, I'll just skip to 10 minutes if you don't want the rundown of my opinions on the Bhagavad Gita. But this was a little bit more of a lyrical translation by Stephen Mitchell. The Bhagavad Gita. This story takes place in the middle of a giant story, like some sort of 1,000-page epic about this guy going to war, and I mean, this is just a little portion, but right before both armies collide and fight, this dude, his name is Aranji or something like that, is talking with his homie Krishna. So homie Krishna turns out to be God, and he doesn't know it. But so he's talking to his homie, and then his homie's telling him all this stuff. Like his homie Krishna is pretty much Yoda. So imagine Yoda. Imagine you didn't know that your homie was Yoda, and he just starts spouting all this pretty much the most based and chill shit that you've ever heard in your life. Here's one. He's talking about himself here. This is Krishna. And this is actually this is the portion where he's like, I've become death, shatterer of worlds, or I've become death, destroyer of worlds. Different translations, but this is when he's talking about himself, and he's like, I am the ritual and the worshipper. I am the medicine and the mantra, the butter burnt in the fire, and I'm the flames that consume it. I am the father of the universe, its mother, its essence and goal of all knowledge, the refiner in the sacred Om and the threefold Vedas. I'm the beginning and the end, origin and dissolution, refuge, home, true lover, womb, the imperishable seed. I am the heat of the sun. I hold back the rain and release it. I am death, and I am deathless. I'm all that is or is not. And that's a cool part. And it's interesting when he's talking about that, he's also saying that every spot where it's he's pretty much saying you, because he's saying that I am you. So, and this is how I take it. I think that this is part of Hinduism. I'm not a Hindu. I'm not some sort of a Hare Krishna guy, but it's what I take from this is that it's you. You are the source of all the energy in the world, and you can either have that be completely negative energy, aka Hillary Clinton types, eating fetus and feti, skinning people, or total consumption of power, or you can look inward and realize that your life is just about. This is. It's pretty weird because he's saying that the entire your life goal should be to become completely disassociated from everything. Okay, here it is. Rely on my basic teaching. Act without attachment, surrendering your actions fruits. So he's saying don't become attached to any of your actions, what comes from them. So don't do something because you think it's going to be going to get you money. Don't do things because you think it's going to do someone. Just do someone good. Just do things because just do things. He's saying completely just become detached from all your actions. Knowledge is better than practice. Meditation is better than knowledge, and best of all is surrender, which soon brings peace. Free from the I in mind, self-controlled, firm, and patient, the whole mind focused on me, that man is the one I love best. He who neither disturbs the world nor is disturbed by it, who is free of all joy, fear, or envy, that man is the one I love best. He who is pure, impartial, skilled, unworried, calm, selfish in all undertakings, that is the man I love best. He who devoted to me is beyond joy and hatred, grief and desire, good and bad fortune. That man is the one I love best. So he's saying just pretty much here there's more. The same to both friend and foe, the same to in disgrace and honor, suffering or joy, untroubled. So he's pretty much saying keep that shit pushing. Don't even like. And I think this is when they're saying like he's like this is when you reach nirvana. Apparently, when you reach nirvana, you just do not care. You are completely chill with everything that happens. I honestly, I think I might be just in a constant state of nirvana because I'm genuinely just chilling. I'm chilling almost all the time. There's really I thought my whole life I thought it was just pure depression because I would have something awesome happen to my life and I would be like shrug, and then I would have something awful happen in my life. I'd be like, well, also shrug. So I mean, maybe this whole time I've just been on some Bhagavad Gita monk shit, and I've reached nirvana at 9 years old, and since then I've just been shrugging everything off. But I mean, yeah, I mean the book was good. It was pretty well written. This translation was really cool and lyrical. The mind is restless, unsteady, turbulent, wild, and stubborn. Truly, it seems to me, it is hard to master as the wind. Just as the sun by itself illumines the entire world, so the field owner illumines everything in the field. He whose inner eye sees how the knower is distinct from the field and how men are set free from nature arrives at the highest state of being. So it's a really lyrical. It's like set in stanzas. It's, I mean, really, the coolest part is that it's like, I just kept on imagining it's a like one-on-one, pretty much dialogue with Yoda. Just going ham. I mean, Yoda dropping some major bombs. You get the classic, I have become death, destroyer of worlds, when he shows himself. He's like, Krishna, please, show me who you really are. And Krishna's like, well, in order to do that, I have to give you special eyes. So he's like, I'll give you the eyes of the divine so you can view me. And then he looks at him and he's like, oh, shit. And he's like, every single human being, a billion mouths, a billion eyes, many limbs. He contains within him every being because he is every being. Every being is inside him and he is every being. That's what he was saying. But Krishna, I think, is a quote unquote like the shared consciousness soul state of just what's out there. This is getting a little out there, but I'll read one last part. I'm just kind of flipping through and just choosing random ones that I dog-eared. They say that life is an accident caused by sexual desire. That universe has no moral, order, no truth, no God. Clinging to this stupid belief, drawn into cruelty and malice, they become lost souls and at last enemies of the whole world. Bound by 100 shackles of hope, enslaved by their greed, they surrender their time dishonestly, piling up mountains of wealth. Bewildered by endless thinking, entangled in the net of delusions, addicted to desire, they plunge into the foulest of hells. So he's saying, and he is on some monk shit. You gotta stop. You gotta get rid of literally everything. No earthly possessions. That shit's gay. Don't care about what happens when you do something. Just do it. It's interesting, and I'm sure it's weird. There are some parts that I did not like. For instance, he talks about the caste system. So he talks pretty extensively about being reborn, and when you're reborn, if you've been a good boy, if you've been a good little boy, when you're reborn with good parents, which, if you know anything about India, is kind of gives a carte blanche to those people to for if you're born into a good family, you get carte blanche to just shit on everyone who's not born into a good family, because in their past life they were just an asshole in your eyes. So there are literally, like, if you're poor in India and you have a rich friend, I heard this from an Indian friend. You'll go to their house and they'll be like, this is like in India. They're like, this is your cup. You can't drink from our cup because you're a low caste. You have to drink from this cup. This is your cup because you're a piece of shit. And it's like a dirty, crusty, ass cup, poo-poo cup. And that's what they drink from because they're the lowest caste, which means when they were in their past life, they're getting punished in this life for their past life because they were born to. So that part, I'm no bueno. I'm no bueno on that part. Honestly, I would have rather been born a cow at that point. I'd rather be born a cow than in the lowest caste system, or the lowest caste person. Those are the people that you see like living in like slum, like genuine slums. Like their houses are built out of like a lean-to, like 2x4s, some like corrugated metal and metal siding, and then that's it. And those are the, like, you've seen pictures of these, and they have like a billion wires coming out of one building, and it's got like a clusterfuck of like antennas and satellites pointing at the sky. That's like the lowest caste, and those people are just genuinely fucked because of, I guess, what that book was saying, which is no good. But the other stuff was good. The other stuff was cool. I mean, the stuff about, let go of earthly possessions, try to live free of guilt, or live free of greed, and don't be attached to your actions. Or don't be attached to your actions outcome, which is an important distinction. You can be attached to your outcome or your actions, so you want to do good, but you don't really care about. Don't worry about what happens. Just do, which is a Yoda quote: "Do or do not. There is no try." It's kind of goat shit, but yeah, that's the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, which might get me speaking Indian here in a minute. Let's get on with the news. Let's get on with the news portion. Hello, everyone that skipped to this portion. We're here. Nope, that's not the news. There it is. Alrighty. All right. What do we got? Honestly, wait, I want to check on the betting odds on the election real quick. Let me look this up. I'm going to pause real quick. All right. Unpaused here. Yeah, okay. So this is kind of crazy. So betting odds so they have Trump at 60.1 and Harris at 38.4. Youch. That's a 20 point swing. Yeah, that's crazy. For a while it was neck and neck. Trump took a huge lead. This was back in July when Biden pretty much went bye-bye. And then Harris hopped in. Yeah, right here, July. Harris hopped in. Obama's sitting with a nice... Obama had like 3% for a while. And that's Michelle Obama, by the way. Big Mike. So, but now it's just them two, neck and neck. Not really neck and neck. Trump is pretty firmly in the lead, which is, if you know anything, guys, I think I'm back to thinking Trump's about to blow this shit out of the water. I'm honestly, I'm back. I'm back fully on thinking Trump's gonna win. Just, by almost crazy margins. Like, I thought this when Biden was running, I said that Trump was going to win by, like, Ronald Reagan numbers, where he wins, like, all but one state. That was when he was against Biden. But now there's a girl in the mix. It's a little bit, up in the air. We don't know. There's people that will vote for her because she's a lady. And then all the ladies that are really bummed that they can't abort feti over and over again. So they'll get those votes, but really, I mean, I just think that Trump's gonna blow this shit out of the water. I mean, it's so the big thing that happened when he went against Hillary was that he all the polls that were coming were like, oh, Hillary's going to be the new president. They literally at Disneyland, they made Hillary the president for the new president for the edition on the Hall of Presidents or whatever. Yeah, so here I found the video. I had to pause again. Okay, so they literally thought that Hillary was going to win. Disney made Hillary into their animatronic president's lineup on their thing, and I mean their animatronic looks exactly like Hillary with Trump's hair.
Donald John Trump do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of...
Can I get a better video? Jesus. Let's see this one. There we go. Here, I mean, the video's just dog shit, and I got a 16-minute ad, which is awesome, which I did not watch, which I refreshed a billion times. But here's an image. This is the image of Hillary, a.k.a. who they thought was going to be the president. But, I mean, this is a long way to say that all the polling initially was saying that Trump was even going to win. And the fact that the polling now, the betting odds are saying that Trump's going to win, I mean, might mean that he's going to win by way more than they think. That's just my thinking. That's just a theory. But, I mean, I don't know how anyone could even vote for Kamala at this point. And I've read so many comments just like scrolling past on TikToks. God. So Trump did this like thing where he showed up to, it was like some sort of weird Catholic thing, which I don't know why he I guess he has to go there, but I don't know what that was all about. But apparently it's like a Catholic thing, and they do like a little roast session. I'll play a couple of clips, but Kamala did a weird like SNL sketch where some girl showed up, which I guess is a throwback to some 90s show or something. But, the comments on that, the people that are, like, for, like, diehard Kamala, they said, damn, she's good at this. Damn, she's good at this. Man, I don't even know what to say. But if you're looking at anything Kamala says and you're saying, damn, she's good at this, damn, she can run a country, I mean, you are out of your mind. I mean, I have genuinely, and I've been looking, have never found a clip of her actually stating an opinion about something. Like, I'll even take a clip of her saying she doesn't like French fries, or that she loves, I'll take one of those Obama clips where she says that she likes mustard on her, what was that? Mustard on her hot dogs or something like that. That was like at least that's an opinion. I haven't heard her say a single thing about what she does or likes. I mean, honestly, she'll probably come out and say she likes pizza. We know that she probably likes pizza. We know Obama loved pizza and hot dogs at 2 a.m. Because that's when you eat pizza and hot dogs at 2 a.m. when you have to have a little bit of a munch session, when you get the munchies and you have to order pizza and hot dogs at 2 a.m. to the White House. When you have to do that, when you have to do that, and you have to spend, and that costs you $60,000 because that's how much pizza and hot dogs cost to get them overnighted to the White House. But I mean, that's besides the point. But honestly, I would not be surprised if Kamala comes out and says that her favorite meal is pizza, and then that she also likes hot dogs. It would be kind of funny, but at least it would be an opinion. at least it would be a very strange opinion. Can I order pizza for 2 hours, please? I'm sorry. I've been watching videos. I've been watching documentaries that I probably should have watched a long time ago before they debunked certain Italian dish fence situations, but it's just, well, let's just continue. What is this? Oh, yeah, we can watch this. We can watch this later. That's a crazy clip. We'll save that for TikTok time. Here, yeah. So there's a new TV show called, and this we'll start out with some light news. Cynthia Evero speaks out against the fan-edited Wicked poster. So Wicked just came out. Wicked is a spin-off of Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz, first off, is probably a perfect movie. Like, absolutely perfect. If you look at the sub-themes of Wizard of Oz, that movie tells you everything you need to know about life, right? Don't trust who you're talking to. Who's operating the mirror. You need a brain. You need courage. You need a heart. These are things that you need. You need to go on a life quest to achieve these things. You don't spawn with these things. Toto is kind of your inner spirit that guides you subconsciously towards where you're supposed to go. Guys, these movies are deep. This is how deep movies can be. It's art. It's art. I mean, you know how long it takes to make a movie? They don't just do things on accident in movies like that. It goes from black and white in the real world to color, and then it goes back to black and white when no one believes what she's saying, when she's found out the truth, and she says, you were there, and you were there, and you were there. No one believes, but she has become a changed person. And I don't know if if the tornado is a metaphor for some sort of psychedelic experience. Maybe she found herself through psychedelics. I don't know what she did, but that movie is deep. It did come out during like that weird MK Ultra time, so who knows? But who's behind the curtain? That's a saying. I mean, that's just a saying now because of that movie. But they made a spin-off because that movie was, I guess, not black enough, but in this case, not green enough. So they made Wicked, which stars Cynthia Evero. And a fan made an alteration of the movie poster to make it look more like the Broadway poster. Here's an example. Here it is. And here's what she said. This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen. Equal to that of AI of us fighting. Equal to people posing the question, is your blank green? And she might be saying, is your pussy green? Which is, if you're... which people are asking her... People are asking her. I like to imagine she's getting fan mail. She opens it up and she's like excited to read it. She's like, it's just in crayon. It says, "Is your pussy green?" And she's just like, "God damn it!" Slams it down. Another one. It's like a stack of like 50,000 ones that say, "Is your pussy green?" Oh, God. None of this is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. And by us, she's talking about all green individuals. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, ... because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face to hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is deeply hurtful. First off, lady, it ain't that deep. It's wicked. It's a movie. First off, I don't like the name. It sounds demonic and, I mean, quite frankly, wicked. But the I mean, I saw somewhere that she said she was going to sue this girl. She was going to sue this girl for putting a shadow over her eyes. I mean, can we chill out? Can actors need to chill out? You're not some sort of avant-garde artist. You're not some sort of genius, right? You're so disconnected from yourself that you are being paid to be other people. That's your talent. Your talent is to be other people that you're not, right? Now, if you want to talk to the artist, the real artist, you can look at the cinematographer, the director. Like these are the artists. The costume designer, the who's the guy who does the framing and stuff. Like those people, these are the artists. You show up to set, say your lines, stare at the camera, twitch your face in certain directions. That's your skill, right? Now, I mean, some people are truly artists. I mean, there are some real freaks out there that are, I guess acting can be an art form when you're talking about like Jack Nicholson and stuff like that, where like the whole movie wouldn't work without them. But I feel like, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna watch Wicked, but I can assume that you can kind of plug and play because it is a Broadway performance. You can kind of plug and play with any actors as the role in this movie. It's not some sort of I'm sure she doesn't bring an art, a life to her role as the Wicked Witch. The famously now green, but I mean, I don't even, I'm gonna even, not even gonna get into it, but, and by it, I mean nothing. So I just love that she says deeply. Also, what is her head now? What is that picture of her? There was a picture of her, Cynthia Eviro. Yeah, holy shit. So she's a freak. So she's a real freak. She's completely bald. She's completely bald, no eyebrows, no hair. Oh man, they done fucked your shit up, bro. They fucked your. She went to the bar, said, "Give me that shit, bro. Just fuck my shit up." She said, "Fuck my shit up," and they shaved everything. This is interesting. Every now and then there'll be an interesting, suspicious sort of death out there. So a couple weeks ago, we saw the CEO of YouTube die mysteriously after her own son died mysteriously. So now Cindy Charles, Twitch's head of music, dies in traffic accident. Anyone who uses music on Twitch owes a debt of gratitude to Cindy's work. Twitch's head of music. Twitch CEO Daniel Clancy confirmed Charles' death Friday. So rest in peace, this lady. You know, anytime that there's some sort of death like this, you have to read the details. Who bought Twitch in 2020? Amazon. Amazon bought Twitch in 2020. So I don't know, but let's see. Earlier in her career, she was a consultant at the digital music space, working in the streaming platforms, music apps like Spotify, Beats Music to help navigate the music business. Yeah, it's also weird. She's in the music business as right during the point when Diddy has gotten got. She also spent 7 years at Viacom, where she managed digital, legal, business affairs entities on MTV networks. More than 8 years at MediaNet Digital, senior VP. So we'll see if anything else develops out of this. But I just like to note when interesting deaths or famous deaths from either the entertainment world or the political world happen, because now with our gathered knowledge that everything has layers. Everything that happens has layers. Like Shrek says, like an onion. Everything's an onion. It has layers. So maybe the CEO of Twitch or the CEO of the music division of Twitch just died, but also we don't know what happens behind closed doors or who she heard talk to whom about whemps, you know. We don't know. And we don't know if she was the car accident was an accident, or if it was, let's just say, a hit and run situation. I mean, I didn't read anything on that headline about them catching the person that did it. Maybe they both died. I don't know. Let's see this. Biden has approved. Okay, this is, I mean, kind of good news. Biden, so on his last couple months in office, Biden has approved $175 million in student loan forgiveness for nearly 5 million people. And I know I'm not one of them, because I still owe $3,600 to whoever. With less than 3 weeks before the November election, the Biden-Harris administration is reminding voters how it has delivered historic amount of student debt, even as Republicans have challenged several of the efforts in court, balked at the cost. Another round of forgiveness was announced Thursday, ranging from the total of student cancellation more than $175 billion for nearly. That's actually a huge number. 5 million people. So wait, 5 million people. Wait. 5 million. How many times does a billion, 175 billion, go into 5 million? Let's do some quick maths. So we can probably find out the average that they gave each person. So 175 billion, which is a lot of zeros. What is that? Yeah. And then divided by 5. Is that billion? Or is that million or trillion? 100 million. Wait. Okay, wait. I did this wrong. It's 175 billion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, this is what I'm saying when I can't even imagine numbers this big. Okay, so each person had $35,000 in debt. $35,000. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, sauce me a little bit of that. Cut me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, bro. Biden, man. I owe $3,000. You don't think you could sauce a $3K out of that? Just slice me a piece, bro. I'm waiting. I'm purposely not paying my $3,000 because I'm waiting. And I think a lot of other Americans are doing the exact same thing. At this point, I want to know who these 5 million are. I mean, it might be like the lottery, like a Mr. Beast lottery, and they might not even exist. These people might not even exist. This might be more money laundering. Yeah, we gave $175 billion to students, and they were all in the Ukraine. Interesting. So all 5 million people that went to school here are in the Ukraine now. I would not be surprised if that happened. So that's equal to 11% of all outstanding federal student loan debt. And I still owe $3,000. Can we chill, guys? Can we slide me? Can I just cut me off a piece, guys? More than 1 million of these student loan borrowers received debt relief through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, which promises loan forgiveness for public sector workers like teachers and nurses that have made 10 years of qualifying payments. So you're telling me you have to make payments for 10 years before you qualify for this shit? Why are okay? We should be looking at this differently. Why would you ever even need to make more than 10 years payments for school? Guys, what's going on? 10 years of paying. So you're taking out a 10-year mortgage at least. This is probably they're probably halfway through paying their debt. 20 years. So you're taking out a 20-year mortgage to buy a house in your brain for knowledge that the internet exists, that you could find anywhere for a piece of paper. I mean, at this point, I'm having a very tough time trying to validate the whole idea of college. If you want to get a job, I think that this might be the best way to get a job, is to do something close to it when you're young, and then try to squeeze in, as squeeze in, wedge yourself in, and then you can start expanding. You have to get yourself in. You got to become a wedge. You got to wedge yourself in somewhere really tight. It might suck, but after a couple years, you can start cranking that wedge and start expanding yourself and getting a little bit more. And then you parlay that into something else. But then again, I'm 25 and I'm homeless. So I don't know what I'm talking about. This isn't even my house. This behind me is a green screen of someone's room. I don't know whose room this is. I can't touch any of this. Look, I can't touch this. It's all green screen back here. This isn't this isn't my trash. This isn't my. I don't live surrounded by trash. I'm surprised I haven't heard more information about that. 175 billion is nothing to scoff at. Russian oligarch found dead in Moscow after falling out of window. Dude, Russian oligarch has got to be probably the single most dangerous job, probably right behind submarine, deep sea welder. It goes deep sea welder and then Russian oligarch. If you're a Russian oligarch, you're not even going deep sea, and you're scared for your life. Former senior energy industry executive was found dead following a suspected suicide. Russia's state media reported, the latest mysterious death of one of the country's elite. Mikhail Roganchev, age 64, who is the former vice president of the disbanded energy firm Yukos, died after falling from a window. Like you do. Let's see. A law enforcement source told that Rogachev's body was found in Protovotsky Lane in the Russian capital, and that was the main version of his death was suicide. The man suffered from cancer. The outlet said that the scattered papers, some handwritten, were found on the floor of his residence, which blamed his doctor for the botched operation, having undergone surgery in 2018. The Telegram channel also said that his body was found by a driver of the former deputy director of Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service. Interesting. So the former intelligence service director found his body? Huh. Maybe we should look at who found Twitch's music CEO's body. Can we get some info? Between 1996 and 2007, Rogachev worked at Yurkos, which was owned by exiled Russian opposition figure Mikhail Khodovodsky, who was previously arrested and jailed on what was considered to be politically motivated charges linked to the opposition of Vladimir Putin. The company was closed in 2007 and he was pardoned by Putin in 2013. Yeah, so this guy was pardoned by Putin. I mean, this guy probably knew he had a clock on his head, and it was just a matter of time. The interesting thing is that reading Russian news, to me, is the exact same as reading American news. You have to look at both with the exact same amount of skepticism. Who's writing this? This is probably fake. It's mostly fraud. 99% mostly fraud. What are they trying to say? Why are they trying to say it? Who's saying it? When is it being said? All of these things, I mean, you need to think about all these things. Is it being said during something else that's going on? Timing is very important for when things come out. Who's saying it? Is it someone whose last name is mostly suspect? Perhaps. Could they in any way be biased towards or against what they're saying? Who knows? But okay. Now let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this episode. Now that everyone's left, we got the meat and potatoes. We got Tim Waltz might be gay. So I'm gonna preface this so YouTube doesn't take my channel down, but this was quote unquote debunked because the guy who posted this has gone AWOL. No one's been able to find him. He took down all of his videos. I don't know if he actually was fake or if he just died and was deleted from the internet. So debunked as in he's gone missing. So a video shared widely on X purports to show a former Mankato West High student accusing Tim Waltz of sexually assaulting him when he was Democratic vice president, which was a teacher at the Minnesota school decades ago. But the man in the recording is not who he claims to be, blah, 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 blah. So I saw there. So this was, apparently he made a recording that was AI. So that was fake. But there was a, I'll just read what he said. And we can make a, draw our own conclusions here. Here we go. I got this on my phone. The print is super small. Here is my story, Doc. During the concert, I became extremely tired. I didn't know if it was the alcohol. I didn't know if it was something was put in my alcohol. Wait. Okay. Yeah, so... But I remember dancing with Tim Waltz. We were slow dancing. I remember his hands being inside my pants a little. He was telling me that it was natural. He was telling me that it was okay. After the concert, Gwen was not to be found. Tim said that he would take me home, but we would stop off and get something to eat. Being 14 years old, I thought this meant McDonald's. Again, this is all alleged. This is a random person on Twitter. By the way, this is a random person on Twitter. So take that what you will. To be honest, I thought I was having a great time. I thought I was beginning to think that I was gay. When we stopped to get food, it was a tavern. I never realized till I was older that it was actually a gay bar. There were a couple of women in the entire planet, but they were really not women. If you know what I guess if you know what he means. I don't remember how long we were in there, and I don't remember the drive back home. The next thing I remembered, I was naked at the home of Tim Waltz. He was giving me oral sex. Guys, remember, this is allegations via Twitter of a man who's gone missing. You can no longer find this man on Twitter. I remember it took only seconds, maybe a minute, for me to crumb. I thought this meant I was gay. I thought this meant I really was gay. I did not understand it was a physical reaction. I remember being upset. I thought Gwen would walk in. He told me not to worry about her. He told me Gwen would not disturb us. He kept reassuring me that everything was okay. It was not, that this was normal and that he was helping me see that I really was gay. The next morning, I woke up on the couch. Gwen was there. They made breakfast, and they acted like nothing happened at all. Tim took me home. I honestly thought I had feelings for him. I thought he was showing me life. I remember feeling confused. So they had a little bit of a call me by your name situation. When I got home, I didn't tell my parents anything, but I thought that I had feelings for Mr. Waltz, which is hilarious. He told me many secrets about himself, at least. I thought they were secrets. He told me that he was bisexual. He explained what that meant. I would continually see Mr. Waltz in 1995. I spent a lot of time with him whenever I could. I can't remember the exact date, but I moved to another county in the summer of 1995. My parents were beginning to suspect. In September of 1995, he came to see me. We were drinking. We had gone out that night. We got into an argument when I found out that he had planned on taking students to another Indigo Girls concert. On that night, he was very angry. That was the night I got pulled over for drunk driving. He called me and told me what happened. Oh, that he got pulled over. He told me he was going to be fired from his football job. At the time, I was at a different school. Okay, wait, here's another part. I honestly thought I had feelings for him. I thought he was showing me life. I remember feeling confused yet so free. I thought this was part of becoming a man. I remember a definitive bump-like scar on his chest. He told me all kinds of secrets. He told me he was almost deaf from his time in the military. He told me he served in the Persian Gulf War, etc. I'm not going to read the rest. I mean, blah, 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 blah. Alleged accusations. I mean, I never say, I'm never really one to believe the victim first. You're innocent until proven guilty, in my eyes, and I believe everyone's eyes. So I do think that Tim Waltz is innocent, but his mouth does look like a gay man's mouth. I mean, he looks like a gay man. At most, a bisexual man. But that mouth looks like it has gobbled. I'll just put it there. He looks like a gobbler. He looks like a gobbler who gobbles. What does he gobble? I don't know. When does he gobble? And what? Who does he gobble? I don't know. But that is sort of the Waltz situation. And I thought that was going to be the big October surprise. Boom, October surprise, Tim Waltz, nationally embarrassed. I mean, there's nothing, well, I mean, absolutely there is something wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but being gay with a 14-year-old is definitely wrong. If that's true, guys, again, allegedly, with all this. A running alleged on all of this, by the way. And I've already said I think he's innocent because I believe in innocence until proven guilty. I believe in the law. Believe that's how things work. I believe in due process, but I mean, one look at Mr. Waltz's mouth, and I mean, guys, he's gobbling. That's all I can say. All right, let's get on to TikTok time here. Here's a clip of, so this popped up on my YouTube page, and this is a AI church
of the gospel.
This is a meeting
in Christ.
So this is called VR chat, which is no, not AI. It's not an AI church. This is a VR church. So people wear these VR goggles, and then they pick their person. So you can be like, there's an anime girl on the right. Someone's dressed up as looks like one of Mr. Musk's robots. So you can choose your skin and you walk around like it's Ready Player One. You have this avatar and you're talking. And this entire server is a group of probably 7 or 8 people, and they're just listening to this guy preach from the holy book.
Death, burial, and resurrection.
In VR. This was the most surreal thing I've ever seen. Like,
the Father is what gives us an eternal inheritance. We have every spiritual blessing the moment we believe. Now, this is a world of things unseen, but will be seen. One day, the veil and the world as we see
and they're just kind of standing around listening.
Will be taken away.
Oh,
and we will.
Oh, they got a few new patrons here.
See God in His glory.
More anime girls.
He can manifest Himself in this time, but it's but a foretaste of what is to come. It's something to look forward to.
That's right, brother.
You know,
yeah.
Really.
So I mean, I mean, I didn't watch this whole thing. The whole video is an hour long, but I mean, I was watching that and my mouth kind of hit the floor. I was shocked, and I had never knew that this was happening in VR. I mean, the idea of VR is already happening. Pretty much anything that you think is probably going on that could go on in VR is probably already going on in VR. Like, they probably already have like strip clubs, they have probably orgies, they probably have they're probably playing tag. Like they probably have like shit, everything that's happening in the real world. There's another world that's happening in cyberspace right now. I didn't know it, and I'm kind of tuned in on these things. I didn't know any of this was happening. They were having church service, Sunday church service in VR. I mean, imagine a mass in VR. All right, stand up, sit down, and it's all you just look around. It's all anime girls and like weird like skeletons and zombies. People are dressed up as like Sonic the Hedgehog and Five Nights at Freddy's, like just like that. That's who's at mass. Like that would be just. I laugh now, but it will happen. It will happen. Here's a interesting clip of Peter Nygaard talking to some black honeys.
Stem cell technology to Peter and
I send this to anyone who's somewhat debating if like rich billionaires eat fetuses, or at least harvest them.
Technology that Peter and I are investing in is called SCNT, which takes the egg of a young, perfect woman specimen, takes the egg and takes out the nucleus and puts our DNA in the nucleus. They just go in and take it out.
It's painful, right?
Huh?
Is it painful? Jesus.
Yeah, and this is part of this genetic greatness that we don't see in any other race on the planet. These curvy, sexy black women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this.
I mean, Peter Nygaard is a freak. This guy's a freak. This guy has that. This guy has that sort of billionaire Satanist. I'm gonna cannibal. He's got that. He's got that billionaire Riz. This is what billionaire Riz looks like.
Want some of that?
He's saying.
You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection. And we want.
He's saying that black people have a monopoly on the genetic perfection of curves and sex appeal, and he's like, this is what he says to that.
Some of that.
I want some of that.
So
You got that
girls,
Peter Nygaard Riz.
For $100, we would pay you for your egg.
$100 for your egg. So imagine if they were paying $100 for an egg in like whenever this was filmed, 1994. $100 for an egg. Imagine how much they'll pay for a fetus, and 10 of them. And imagine if they were imagine a world where people like Peter Nygaard, who wants a piece of that, those black genetics that he's so. And I'm not even being like this. This isn't even me, guys. This is a real clip of Peter Nygaard, which is a billionaire who's a freak, and he's not alone. Guys, let that be known. He's not alone with his freak. Someone match Peter Nygaard's freak. No one can match his freak, but he is. There are people out there that match his freak. But abortion. Okay, I'm not even gonna go into it. There's locations, African American communities. Abortion. I'm just gonna continue.
So how much do you want for it? Let's bid. I bid $500.
I mean, is this not a weird video? He's saying I'm gonna bid. He's like, I want $500 for your egg right now.
Whatever I bid, he's gonna outbid me. I bought about $60,000 worth of eggs. Yeah.
Peter Nygaard just said that he bought $60,000 worth of eggs.
If you have abortion, that's very valuable.
If you have an abortion, that's very valuable. Guys, think about this. This is what you're voting on. They want your fetus. They want your egg. They want these things. It's actually beneficial for them. It's actually beneficial for them in multiple ways for you to end the life of your whatever, you know. First off, they can have that whatever they want. I don't even know what they do with it. Adrenochrome, I don't know what they're getting from it, but that, and then there's less poor people. It's a double whammy benefit for them.
Cord, you know, placenta.
Dude, this girl's getting freaked out. Placenta.
Is so rich with stem cells. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be.
Dude, he's scaring the huzz. He's scaring the hose right now, dude. Peter Nygaard, dude, Peter Nygaard, this is a weird mood to bring to the chill sesh.
And it shouldn't go to waste.
It shouldn't go to
It's
waste.
for somebody else. And it's like for mankind. They're the best
He's killing the vibe so hard.
Those are the best things. As you get older, your eggs get weaker and weaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So
He said, as you get older, your eggs get weaker and weaker. And this is, I mean, just a clip of Peter Nygaard and billionaires talking about aborting black babies, okay, for their stem cells. So, I mean, and this is just something that's out there for your education. That's what I'm here for. This is an educational podcast. That's Peter Nygaard, a billionaire, talking about how he wants stem cells and how, coincidentally, the best place to get them is from an egg, an aborted fetus, and also the older you are, the worse your egg is, which you would imagine works conversely. The younger you are, the better your egg is. So, I mean, if you add all of those things together, I mean, it doesn't take a genius, and I never claim to be a genius, but you can do addition pretty well and extrapolate and put data together. That's what humans are good at. Even mentally challenged ones are good at doing this. It doesn't take a genius to realize that maybe, just maybe, that's what's going on. What's going on over there? Let's watch some TikToks now.
God.
The largest settlement ever from the Roman Catholic Church for alleged child sex abuse. The Archdiocese of Los Angeles has agreed to pay out, and listen to this number, $880 million to more than 1,300 people.
The settlement could be the final
880. So, dude, holy shit. 880 million.
And what has now become a landmark battle of child sex abuse claims dating back decades. It's on behalf of more than 1,300 victims who say they suffered abuse by local Catholic priests, and comes after months of negotiations with the Archdiocese. More than 300 priests have been accused in legal documents and public records of sexually abusing minors. The Archdiocese had previously paid $740 million in various settlements, bringing this total payout to more than $1.5 billion.
Holy shit.
The Archdiocese says it will fund those settlements with investments, assets, reserves, and bank loans.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a statement, attorneys for the alleged victims told CBS News the massive amount of this settlement reflects the amount of grievous harm done to vulnerable children and the decades of neglect, complicity, and cover-up by the Archdiocese, which allowed known...
I'm not sure. I don't know what a archdiocese is, but it doesn't sound very good.
...serial predators to inflict this harm. Archbishop Jose Gomez, in a statement, said in part he hoped the settlement would provide some measure of healing to those harmed.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's crazy. And I've never even heard anyone talking about that. It's apparently the biggest settlement of all time for Catholic abuse, child sex abuse, and nobody's talking about it. No one, I mean, literally no one. That video is the only video I saw, and it's a 30-second clip from I don't even know what news source. It wasn't a known one, that's for sure. But I mean, it's just ridiculous. And all those people get shuffled around like it's playing 3-card Monte with, you know, pedophile priests, just flipping them around, and they have no regard for where they go to, whose kids are there. I mean, it's just... And I don't know how high this goes. Like, is the Catholic Church like some sort of recruiting center for getting kids? Like, do kids go missing in these areas? Like, do I have to become Russ Cole from episode 1 and notice that around every single one of these schools, kids are going missing You know, like, is that a thing that's happening? I know Oprah Winfrey has a school in Haiti. Kids are possibly going missing there. Who knows? But I mean, I don't want to become a Rust Cole kind of guy, but I do like Rust Cole. He's pretty cool. All right, let's watch a couple more videos here. I'm gonna play this Kamala ad.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to grill a steak.
Rare. Man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Jelly donuts.
Maple glaze.
Cream-filled. The more cream, the better.
Pink with sprinkles.
I mean, who messes that up? Just order a crawler, get a coffee, and walk away.
And I'll tell you another thing. I'm man enough to support women.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
I mean, look at how this guy's sitting. This is the most soy-filled sit I've ever seen in my life. This guy, this guy is probably complaining that he's allergic to hay. Like, this guy's close to it. This guy looks like he's never worn jeans in his life.
I'm man enough to help them win.
Like, look at how this guy's sitting. He's almost sitting full cross-leg. This guy's an actor. This guy's 100% an actor trying to be... This guy looks soyed out of his mind. Soyed out of his mind. Like, look at this stance.
Cream-filled. The more...
Oh, he's the one who said cream-filled. The more cream, the better. Yeah. Okay, bro.
Cream, the better.
Pink with sprinkles.
I mean, who messes that up? Just order a crawler, get a coffee, and walk away.
And I'll tell you another thing. I'm man enough to support women.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Man up. Get involved. Go vote. So, guys, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but if that convinced you, you do you. That convinced me. That convinced me that I'm not man enough to vote for a woman. Okay, let's watch.
Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening. So here it goes.
This is Trump just talking at the Al Smith dinner, which is that Catholic dinner thing celebration.
Nope, I've got nothing. I've got time to this You know, they say about presidents, they say that Andrew Jackson was the president that was the most meanly treated. His wife died. She died of heartache. She was heartbroken at the way they treated him. And they say that second was Abraham Lincoln, but he was in charge of the Civil War, you know. So, but those were the two, Andrew Jackson. Up until me, now they say it's not even close. There's never been a president that's been treated so badly.
Okay, so now he's just complaining. But, I mean, he starts it off with a good joke. Here's another good joke. This one's good. This one's, I mean, I don't know who wrote his joke. I don't know who wrote his jokes, but these are just good.
There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris.
I always love when Trump gets into this. Was peak Trump when he was just like roasting people and coming up with funny nicknames for people.
Anybody know? Are some of you here White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me.
I mean, that's good. A cuck joke about white dudes for Harris. I mean, that's just goat shit. Guys, it doesn't get better than that. And here's the
Democrats have been telling us.
This is the Hot Pocket guy, I think.
Trump's re-election is a threat to democracy. In fact, they were so concerned of this threat, they staged a coup. Ousted their Democratic.
So I don't know if he might actually get killed for what he's saying here.
Elected incumbent and installed Kamala Harris. In other words, all her dreams have come true.
So I mean, he was just saying true facts. He was pulling a what's that guy's name? Who did the He did the Grammys one year, the British guy who did The Office. Ricky Gervais. He was doing a Ricky Gervais there. That's scary business, bro. Okay, let's watch a couple more TikToks. Here's one.
God damn it, cost the fucking die.
Yeah, I love this. This is a guy's reaction to, I guess his dad died, and they're trying to find a burial for him.
Ah, damn it, cost the fucking dollar.
And this costs 15. This coffin cost $15,000.
Fuck that nigga. Put that nigga in a box. That nigga 115.
115 for a heart-shaped box. Send it. Burn him up.
115, $14,000, nigga. Nigga, you should have died on us, nigga.
You should have died on us.
5,000. This shit got diamonds and bedazzles and shit on it. Shoutfield. Lock his ass up. Send him away. Put him in the grave. $5,000 to get put in the dirt. The fuck? This is a scam life.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. They're really running a racket. They try to squeeze every dollar out of you when you're dead. They're even trying to squeeze money out of you after you die. I'm saying this now for anyone who's listening, any of my family who's listening. When I die, I want you to spread my ashes. Where do I want them spread? I want them on the what's from the that movie, the Big Lebowski, when he spreads it over the ocean, they all blow back onto them. I want some sort of that situation. Some sort of comedic relief. Let's watch one more clip. And this is a Diddy clip. We get a Diddy clip every day.
And here's to us.
As I do investigations, guys, we're getting closer and closer to Diddy. To the real connections to Diddy. So here's Diddy on Ellen, talking to Ellen, and they have a little bit of an off mic, hot mic situation.
That's so sweet. Thank you. How come it's for Portia and not me?
Because you're going to have her wear it. And,
All right.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. You don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear T-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right. Let's...
I mean...
You hold that.
Okay.
All right.
So he's pulling her close, and he's saying, all right, all right.
Take two if the joke didn't.
I'll give them the tape, too, if the joke didn't work. Listen. I'm going to rewind it and play it at full volume.
All right.
I got to take two if the joke didn't work.
Okay.
I don't want no problems.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on. Hey, so, cheers. Hey!
I don't know what that means. I truly don't know what that means. I'll give them the tape, too, if the joke didn't work. What tape? What tape are we giving? What tape are we giving them? And what tape are we giving who? For what? What's on it? There's a lot of stuff going on with Diddy, and I hope he's not dead. I hope he doesn't die. The October surprise, I hope it's not Diddy's death, which would suck. Another one. So close, down the drain. I want to end this with some positivity, because there's a lot of bad things happening in the world. There's $880 million sent to the families and the survivors of, Catholic priests. That evil stuff. There are Peter Nygaards out there who want to collect your fetus and your eggs for whatever they want to do with them. There are people that are out there for only themselves to attain the fountain of youth. Their goal is to exchange their massive wealth for everlasting life. But you have to, the one thing that we are guaranteed in this life, and I believe that we will always be guaranteed, is that you will die. So one thing that we're guaranteed is death and, I guess, taxes. That's what they say. So if there's one good nugget on all of this, is that the bad people will die. They will eventually die, whether it be old age or someone finding their address. I don't know what it would be, but they will. And I think that at least can hopefully help you sleep. I think, honestly, how old is Peter Nygard still alive? I mean, this guy cannot be alive. He was, let's see, Peter Nygard, and his name's spelled all fucky. Peter Nygard is a French-Canadian businessman. God, this guy looks fucked up. Born, he's age 83, years active. Oh, okay. He's a former fashion executive and convicted sex offender. Okay, so he was being weird. He founded Nygard International, a Winnipeg... Guys, we're going a little off tangent here. We'd like to do this sometimes. In 2020, the Federal Bureau of Investigation carried out a search warrant of Nygard's offices in New York City after he was accused of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and racketeering. As a result, Nygard stepped down from his company. Nygard was formally charged with sex trafficking and racketeering charges, including allegations of sex trafficking involving... Okay, yeah, so this guy was a piece of shit. So Nygard... Is he dead? Is Nygard dead? Nygard is not dead. Nygard is 83. So he's not dead. So, well, great. I wish he was. Also, this makes me remember one. There was a something. Oh yeah. Another piece of news, and this is the end. So we'll guys, we can bounce around anywhere. This is my show. The former Abercrombie and Finch CEO just got arrested for sex trafficking charges. So, I mean, guys, this is almost a spiritual war. This is a war against the most evil. The most evil beings on this planet have waged war on us. Without us knowing, they have waged war. Their war is on everyone. They want to fuck anyone and everyone over so that they can please themselves. It's a satanic idea. They live in even though they might not be satanic or Satanists, which they probably are. But even if they're not, their ideology is satanic. They live purely for themselves. These people need to read a little bit of the Bhagavad Gita and a little bit of, what was that other book I read? God, I don't even know. But, these people need to just, chill out. People need to chill out. And they have waged war. And the war is to keep you, their main prerogatives are to keep you retarded and to control as many forms of communication to keep you retarded and from knowing all the things that they're up to. They speak in code, they do these things, and as long as you are learning, listening, and thinking, your most valuable tool is thinking. These people want everyone to be functionally retarded. That's what they want. They want everyone to be mentally challenged so that they can get away with everything. But as long as you're listening and thinking and processing and connecting what you're seeing, what you're listening to, who's doing what, who's it happening to, when it's happening, all this type of stuff. Think, who benefits from this? Why are they doing this? Not in like a schizophrenic type of way, but in a critical thinking sort of way. That's how you defend yourself in this cosmic war. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please share with a friend so we can get more warriors. Wait, there's a clip I wanted to play about warriors that said something about warriors. What was it? There's a Kamala clip about her saying something about warriors. Here, I think I have it on my Yeah. Yeah, I have it right here. This is her right here. Here we go. I'll just play it into the mic.
Your joy from you? I call myself a joyful warrior.
That's what we are.
Right? Never let anyone take your joy from you. You do what you gotta do. And isn't that a wonderful way to live? To know you have purpose.
Guys, we're joyful warriors. We're joyful warriors. And go out there and spread. Fight the good fight. Also, here's this.
Emerging against a substitute teacher in Minnesota. He's accused of putting a student on the floor in front of the class and reenacting the murder of George Floyd.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Goodbye.